Great stuff. Well, welcome everybody to probably the last coin call of this year. Thanks for coming. We've got 26 on, which is absolutely fabulous. Sometimes we kind of scratch our head thinking what we're going to talk about today. We didn't have to do a lot of scratching this time. So we've got an awful lot of content. Hopefully you'll find it amusing, entertaining, informative. And then if you keep your questions, write them down for the end, that'd be great. There's a new sphere that is open to us. We kind of started to know about it in about August, and one of the educators started talking about it, and then 2-3 more have done so since. And there was one of the coins that the first guy talked about, and it was at 50 cents, and it's recently peaked at $8. It took a couple of months, so it's from mid-October, it's gone to $8. And it's all in what's called the metaverse. Now, I know a bit about the metaverse. I've asked Kate to research it because she's really amped up, wired into it, and loves it. So Kate's our expert on metaverse. So for this first part, Kate's going to talk about metaverse, what it is, what the opportunities are for all of us, and I'm sure by the end of this we'll all be addicted.
Yeah, guys, by the way, I'm not an expert yet, but freaking hell, I'm not even joking you out. If you've been plugging into Nick Gomez's sessions, I don't know whether it's because I've got a son and a daughter that are gaming mad or what, but I just think this space is it just excites. I'm not going to swear because it's being recorded, but you can imagine what I'm going to say. It excites the poo out of me. It's literally phenomenal. It literally reminds me of my daughter. My daughter's 10. It reminds me I'm an adult Roblox or something. It's literally absolutely amazing. And to me, I just think to be able to go into a virtual world, right, where you can meet your friends, you can build a business, and you can just make money virtually. It is honestly, the opportunities are going to be absolutely amazing. It's just literally, it's just going to be absolutely phenomenal, guys. And for me as well, I kind of sat and thought about it. And I actually think that, these past couple of years, people have been in the house a lot. And I think that this is kind of the way that the world's going to be moving. People, like I say, for the last couple of years, not really been going out that much. People have kind of got used to the comforts of their own home. And I kind of thought, this is the way that world's going to be moving. And I remember I watched a talk that Mark Zuckerberg did on it, because obviously we know that, Facebook's changed the name to Meta now. And he did a talk, and I remember he said, how amazing would it be, right, if you could attend a concert without literally having to leave your house? So you can literally go to a gig without leaving your frigging house. Literally, honestly. So I can sit there in my Barbie pajamas and my EO pajamas at a Kings of Leon gig, bopping away. It's absolutely, honestly, guys, it's just going to be amazing. And if you've been plugging into Nick Gomez, actually, I think it was his Monday nights one, he actually said that, obviously Facebook changing the name to Meta. The thing with Facebook changing the name to Meta is the fact that they're just going to make it so much more mainstream, because it's just going to be accessible to, to your average, person that doesn't know much about it. They're going to get access to the metaverse. They're going to get access to NFTs. So it's literally just going to make it more mainstream, for the average, man or woman, those that aren't educated on it, to get into it. And Facebook as well. I didn't even know this until Nick Gomez said it, but Mark Zuckerberg actually owns Oculus. So Oculus is the VR headset, that you put on. So he actually owns that. So like I said, this guy is not daft, is he? He's literally not daft whatsoever. And Nick Gomez also said that, such as, that Decentraland, that's one of, the metaverse places where you can go. And he said that there's not a lot of traffic going through it as such at the minute, but, Facebook will, give this adoption to it and enable this traffic to go through it, guys. So, and I think what you've got to think as well is that, like I said, not many people know about it as such. And it's just what excites me even more, guys, this is so mega early, ridiculously mega early. And such as I know that Adidas, people might have seen Adidas's tweet, that they posted on just casually the other day, about partnering with Coinbase, probably nothing, they tweeted. I know they've also partnered with Sandbox as well. And I know that they've actually bought some land in Sandbox. So Adidas have bought some land in Sandbox. Like that is, it's crazy. And I think Curtis, you know, like mentioned, Dave, can you let Lee in? Apparently Lee wants to come in. You know, that like Curtis mentioned, like you can imagine, like, you know, Adidas owning land, you know, setting up a shop, you know, in Sandbox, you know, like having like Kanye West will come along, you know, and have his Yeezys. So you like be able to buy like his Yeezys, you know, as you know, an NFT as to wear as in your avatar. It's like absolutely insane, guys. And also you probably heard that a plot of land has been sold in Decentraland for $2.43 million. And it was purchased by a metaverse group, and it'll be used to host fashion shows. Like, so me and Trace, come on, pal, we're going to go to this fashion show. We'll just put his little headset on. We'll go along to this fashion show in Decentraland, and we'll just hook up, as you know, as MetaMask wallet or whatever we want, you know, to be able to buy clothes for his avatar. You know, I can even do it with Heidi, who's in America. It's like absolutely, oh my God, it's absolutely amazing. So like I said, this is the sort, guys, of exciting things, you know, that's happening in this space right now. And like I've said again, it is really, really early. And before I jumped onto the opportunity call, I was actually listening to Curtis and Mike from Monday, and they were talking about a coin called Illuvium. And he showed a bit of it, and it's not actually the coin. You can purchase the coin now. I mean, Dave's got some of the coin, but the actual game hasn't gone live yet. But what you do with this game is you get your little character, you know, like I don't know what they are, like they just look weird little things, but a bit like, you know, Pokemon. So you'll get your character, and you can like do battles. So you'll like fight, and then if you get right good at it and you win all these battles, they'll pay you in ETH. I mean, what? So my young, you know, my boy, my 14-year-old comes down, you know, backing from his first day. I'm like, mate, are you forgetting right good on a computer game and making your mum some ETH? And he's like, yeah, I am, mum. I mean, like Michelle, wow, get him, yeah, like literally Lucas is 100% doing it. Me and Dave's had discussed it. I'm like, Lucas is doing this. It's crazy. They pay you in ETH for being right good. And as Michelle will probably say, my son's right good at whatever he plays, Call of Duty and all that sort of shebang. Street Fighter or whatever he plays. Michelle, I bet your son's great, you know, because that's all they do, spend all the times on Xboxes. And like Curtis also said about eventually like Xbox, you can imagine Xbox integrating metaverse. There's also another one called Axie Infinity, and that's also a coin that you can buy, and you can battle with like you can buy your like and develop your little axes. And again, if you're really good and you win, they'll pay you. They'll literally pay you. It's like it's just amazing. And then also they talk about you can actually buy, again, like I just mentioned, that land that got sold. So you can literally buy land on, like you've got Decentraland, your Sandbox, your Axie Infinity. But I know that Nick mentioned that land at the minute was, I think, around $13,000 to $16,000 to buy a plot of land at the minute. But he did say that, you know, eventually, you know, when more things come in, and he's going to keep a lookout that, you know, that you could buy plots of land for like $200 or $300. I am buying some land. We're buying some land in the metaverse, 100%. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, guys. Buying land. So it's literally, honestly, as you can see, I'm talking really fast because when I get really excited, I talk really fast. And wave my hands about a lot, but this space, literally, like I said, I'm not an expert on it by far, but listening to it, I love you, darling, just excites me so much. And like I've said, guys, you know, we're just so early. Like we are literally just so early. So honestly, if you haven't already, or if you have, keep plugging into Nick. Nick, he does one session a week, Metaverse Mondays, and then you'll find that like, you know, Curtis and Mike, they've also been talking about it, you know, a bit more as well. So like, imagine what's going to happen when it gets more adoption. Imagine what's going to happen when your average Joe, you know, just goes on Facebook and, you know, decides to go into Metaverse and do whatever they do. Do you know what I mean? And this is, like I said, guys, this is why it excites me so much, because we're so early. And I'm not even joking when I say this, right? But my aim or my wish is for next year, right, when we've all made an absolute ton of, actually not that expensive anyway, but we've all made a ton of money at top of this bull run, that we're all got to buy some Oculus headsets, and we're going to do the coin calls with them. So we'll all literally be sat there next to his avatars, just chilling out with each other. 100% that is what is going to happen. If you haven't got an Oculus headset next year, guys, you're not coming on Coin Call. It's that simple. I'm joking, by the way. But yeah, like, and I can just imagine us, like I said, doing that. And even like opportunity calls, just doing all calls with us all round. It'll be literally just sat, you know, next to each other's avatar. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. So like I said, guys, I could literally babble on and talk your ears off all night about how amazing this is. But, you know, the main part I just want to say is just plug into Nick. This is just going to be absolutely huge. It is going to be massive. So just keep plugging into him. Keep being excited like me. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes. So that's particularly just what I've got for your metaverse tonight, guys, even though I could go on for a lot longer, but I'm not going to bother. I think I've babbled for about 15 minutes. Dave, back to you, pal. You're muted. You muted
Not
me.
now, it's all right. I was prepared for an hour of that.
I know. Oh, I'm so excited. Can't wait.
There's one thing couple of things I'll add to that. One is this one, when I share screen.
Hang on, sorry. I'm just sorry. Catherine's just said that this is what her husband's job is. He's been banging on about this stuff to me for years. Yeah, Catherine, your husband, he's bloody right. 100%. I want to do a job like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Dave.
Brilliant.
It is.
Absolutely brilliant. So this is one of the main ones called Sandbox. This has been around for a while, and a couple of the young guys talked about this. I think it was Zach and Jordan talked about this in like August, and I didn't pay it. Well, no, we did mention it, but we kind of parked it and then heard more and more, and then decided to go in it, and look what's happened. So we went in about, I don't know, early November, when it was a couple of dollars. It had been like 60 cents, and it's peaked at $8, and it looks like it's about to take off again. Now there's another one that I want to talk to you about on Metaverse, and then that's all my stuff on Metaverse. Because
Lee, can you mute yourself, pal? Thanks.
MVI. So this one is called MVI Metaverse Index. Now it's a bit like stocks, where you've got the Dow Jones or FTSE or whatever, and you've got about 12 of the big metaverse projects in here, and that'll increase to more than 12. It might go down as things strengthen or get weaker, but if the overall space is doing well, it's expected that the price of this over time will increase, and it'll remain strong. So you can have individual projects, and some might do remarkably well, some might do average, but this will kind of even things out. So you should do all right with this one. So 90 days ago, its price was what, $150, and it's gone up to $350. Currently $325. When we got in it not long ago, I think it was about $225. So it's increased by 50% in about a month. So as an overall barometer of the metaverse coins, MVI is a good one. You can get that on MetaMask wallet. I know some people on here have got MetaMask wallet. You can get it on there. So that's what I want to talk to you about on MVI. Now then, these are all a bit random.
Dave.
Hello.
Could you? Hi, it's Rachel.
Hello,
Can
Rachel.
Hi. Can you just comment on ADAX?
Well, we'll later. We'll leave that to the end. We're
Okay.
we're on a number of subjects at the minute. We'll take questions a bit later.
All right. That's fine.
Right. So I want to talk about Bitcoin, which is not something I always talk about a lot, but as we know, for better or worse, Bitcoin kind of drives the market. Now, there's been an upgrade to Bitcoin fairly recently, which means you can see this. It's a Investopedia Bitcoin Taproot upgrade. You can find that on Google. I'm not going to go through all this article, but in principle, there's been a Bitcoin upgrade which allows it to do more things. So it is a store of value. It's a digital gold. We've known it at that, and we expect it to be that forever and a day. But it's going to be able to do more transaction stuff, which means it's more useful. So that just increase the price of Bitcoin over time, which should help everything else stay up. So in case of having huge drops and find it hard to recover, maybe this will help it be less of a drop or recover fairly quickly when there is a retracement. So we've done Bitcoin. I now want to talk about DeFi. Share screen on DeFi. So this is both now and looking into the market down the line when there's a bear market. There's ability to make interest on your crypto. Now, this is from DeFi Prime, which I think is affiliated with Celsius. So you currently can have a stable coin which doesn't go up or down. It's just the equivalent of having money in a bank, and you're able to get on this platform 6%. You can find other platforms where you can get, I think most I've seen is just over 10%. So there's ability to get interest on stablecoin and crypto, and there's also ability to get interest. MetaMask on something. There's a few platforms out there. 1inch is a fairly well-known one. So you can get interest on this, varying interests. So you can be up to 50%. They'll go up and down each day. So you can get quite a lot of interest, and also farms. So you can just run around the market automatically looking for the best rate. So there's ability there to earn interest on your crypto. Now, Mike Sotero is really, really hot on this. DeFi, you don't call DeFi Mike for nothing. He knows his stuff, and this is where we picked this up from, and we've run with it. We can all do well at these things. So we talked about 1inch.
Instead, Dave, as well, like Mike actually does a DeFi course in his favorites, guys. So if you are wanting to know more about it, literally go into Mike's favorites, and he does a full course on that. And if for anybody that were on the Joe Gomez call as well on Monday, you'll have heard him said that for the next 3 months, 2022, that he's literally just going to go all ass into crypto. So he was saying they're just making money, by staking things and just making money, borrowing money, and this is what he means. This is what he was referring to. This is how you just put your money into pools and then you just get rewards, and this sort of thing is just going to be absolutely amazing, like Dave just said, in the bear market. So you can still be accumulating in the bear market. But honestly, I would definitely advise you to go on to Mike's favorites and watch his DeFi course. It's brilliant.
Right. What I want to talk to you about now, I've been asked to talk about this, and this is the Polkadot Parachain. Just loading up the stuff for that. Great. Share screen. Power chain, right? So quite a lot of us know that Polkadot are launching new coins and a power chain. It's happening now. The most popular one is Acala, which is the DeFi version of Polkadot. They did one with the sister chain a few months ago, and that's done well, and everybody that was in that has got free coins from that one. Acala it's a DeFi version of Polkadot, expected to do well, and you will get free tokens. Now, the possible downside to it is that you have to lock your tokens in. Last time I looked, you can do it for anything between 3 months and 2 years. You get more rewards the longer you stay. But if you go into a 2-year lock-in, you're probably going to have to keep your coins in for 3 or 4 years to get full value if we have a complete bear market. If we don't have a complete bear market, it won't be a problem. So if you want to access your DOT coins fairly quickly, it either may not be something you want to do, or you might want to do it for a shorter period of time. Now, the power chain projects are Acala, which is expected to do well, and you can find this on medium.com Polkadot ecosystem. You can find it on there. Next one is Astar. Moonbeam, which a few of us have heard about. I think Kurt's mentioned Moonbeam. There's about 6 of them. Manta. That's got a sister one on the Kusama blockchain called Calamari. Sounds a bit fishy to me, but there you go. Centrifuge. And they're the ones that are currently on. Now, there are going to be some more. I don't know where you can see this screen. This is where they're at now. So Moonbeam's on, Acala's on, all these are other ones are currently in the process. Astar seems and Parallel seems to be quite popular. The others I don't think have got going yet. So again, this is powerchainsinfo.options/Polkadot. This is where you can find these. You know, have a look at, go on the websites of each of these, just have a look at them and see whether the things that you know you fancy doing. But that's mainly the Polkadot stuff I wanted to talk to you about. Something else I want to raise, it's something that's happening over the next week or two, and that's on the scalper. There's going to be an enhanced scalper. So at the minute you've got Ethereum and Bitcoin trades on the alerts. There's going to be an AltFi scalper. It's going to be in the app, so everybody that's on DCX gets it. But there's going to be, I think there's 6 pairs coming on: BTC, ETH, and then all the others are dollar pairs. So they're not your fiat dollar, they're against digital dollars. So they're against either Tether or USDC, maybe even Binance. There's DOT, there's Cardano, Solana, Litecoin, might be another one as well. The one that I'm quite interested in is the BTC ETH one. If you look at charts now in crypto, if you're looking at leverage trade, day trading, you know, there can be spikes. We all know that. We've all seen them. You know, there are massive spikes that can take you out the market. Where there are spikes, I've looked at the BTC ETH pair, and if you think about a minute, you're not you're trading against each other. You're not trading against the dollar. So there's no real spikes. So if it's in a trend, it's going to stay in a trend, or it's going to reverse. It's going to go that way. It's not going to have some spike where it's on a minute chart, a half-hour chart, whatever. It's not going to have a spike that's going to take you out of a trade. It'll run its own thing. So I'm quite interested on that one. There's a few exchanges that I think can do it. So that they're coming on over the next couple of weeks. So they're the main things. Now, who wants to talk about helium? Everybody wants us to talk about helium. No, I'll set
Yes,
it off. So
please.
everybody wants to talk about helium, right? So helium miners, these little fellows, start to appear. We had a few that were different shape. These things that have turned up that look like a walkie-talkie. These are probably a bit better than the Bobcat ones. These are rack miners. So these can do two things. They can either be an internal one like that, or you can get a case, and a few cases turned up today. They're a bit of a DIY job to put together, but they've turned up, and you can put this one in a case and have it on the outside in the open air. So they are starting to turn up. We're slowly rolling them out, and we're expecting some more to turn up fairly quickly. We've had a bit of a put back on some, but we literally, you know, we could wake up tomorrow morning and there could be an email saying, "Oh right, you're going to get X amount today." And that's what happened with this lot last Friday, I think it was. We had an email say, "All right, these are coming today. They'll be out there at 1 o'clock." So we are expecting more fairly soon. So they'll hopefully give us something to do over the holidays to get all these.
Dave, can I
out.
just ask? Sorry, Dave, to interrupt.
Well, hang on, Rachel. We'll wait for it. We'll do questions at the end. So,
No.
So these are happening. We've got antennae. What we'll want from people in time, we'll want a few little details so that we can program them remotely. So we don't need it yet. Well, I suppose you can start sending them in. We'll need people to email the FGS email address with the details off you. You could just the little white card on the back of your broadband router. You can just photo that and email that to us, because that'll be quite useful for us. We will be needing helium wallets. So if you got Binance or crypto.com, we'll need a helium wallet for you, so we can actually put you on our spreadsheet, so that when we do a payment run, you know, the helium automatically goes to people. So it's been a bit of a long road for everybody, not least us, because we ordered these back in April and May, but they are starting to come through now. So we're getting super excited, and when we do get these through, we're going to open up the Facebook group so we can keep everybody informed. We'll get the information on each hotspot. We've got apps on our phone for all the hotspot, and if we need anybody to do anything, it literally is, you know, just switching it off and switching on to reset it. You know, we'll let people know. So it's starting to get real now. And Heidi doesn't know this yet. There's a 5G miner on its way. Yeah. It's that occurred today. So you know, we do get these things unannounced. Katie didn't even know that bit. I found that out this afternoon. So brilliant. Right, Katie, do you want to add to that, mate?
No,
Unmute
guys,
yourself. There you
like,
go.
I know, I was like, that's amazing, that idea. Yes, get in. Amazing, chicks.
And if everybody thinks, well, why can't we be like Heidi and all get a 5G mine? You can only get them currently in USA.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
get them here. We registered for a few of them, and the first one's come in, but Heidi's our USA site.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, I know a few of you guys as well as being, we know we get a lot of questions about like how much money you're making from them and all that shebang. Well, like I said, you know, I mean, like we've explained before, and I know like Luke explained it last time on Coin Call, that it honestly really just depends where you are, how many are around you. So, you know, I can give you like the, you know, what we're doing, and me and Gareth sat and looked at them today. And on average, like there's not many people around my area. Me and my mum are doing average about $400 a month, just under. But we think we've worked out right. But Mark, who's like got his big fat one on top of a big out barn, who's in open, I think we've worked out he's doing around like $800 a month or something. So $900 a month, did you say, on average? Yeah. So it's like, it literally, you know, just literally just depends like where you are, you know, if you're high up, if you're near water. But even so, like I'll take $400 a month. And then you've got to remember as well, like that's like at the price that, I mean, what did we do that at? $40. That's the price at like $40. So like, I mean, come on, like, I mean, imagine when it goes up. And like, you know, for those that watch Curtis the other week, he actually said that he believes that helium will tip $100 coin this bull run.
By April, that is probably.
Coin, yeah, by end of bull run. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? I mean, it's like, oh, it's just absolutely, it's phenomenal. I mean, and this is something like, obviously, guys, that you are gonna have to think about. I mean, we are hoping that these miners come like anytime now. We were expecting a big batch, you know, to come anytime now. And like I said, that's something you're gonna have to think about, you know, whether you accumulate them now and then, you know, take them out at top of bull run, and then just start accumulating through bear market. You know, obviously that's things that you're just gonna have to think about what you want to do. But yeah, $100 a month potentially, and I can totally see you doing that. And the thing is as well, is what I've been really pleased to see is, like, obviously we've had this, you know, this dip, but helium's held really well. It's literally held really well, and the reason it has is because it's freaking phenomenal, and it's got an amazing use case. You know, it's not some crappy meme coin, you know, pump and dump crap. So that's why, you know, it's really held well. And I remember me and Dave talking when we first, you know, set up FGS, and we said, like, God, if helium goes to $40-50, this bull will be absolutely buzzing.
There now.
It's there now. Do you know what I mean? What the hell? Christ. And I can totally see it going to 100. I can totally, and you know what? Even if it didn't, I'll still take what he's doing now. So yeah, super exciting. We just need them bleeding mats to come quicker, but it is what it is. There's nothing that we can do about it, you know. I know it's frustrating for people, and we get messages saying how long, but trust me, it's more frustrating, you know, for us that have like forked out an absolute, you know, fortune and not seen no returns yet. So, you know, it's frustrating, but good things come to those who wait. So yeah, that's all I want to say on helium. Hang on, is Luke on here?
He is.
I think Luke's there. Yes, Luke.
Yeah, he is.
So if anybody has got any tech questions, you know, we like to pass over to Luke.
Have you got any tech update, Luke? Anything you want to shout about?
Not really, apart from the fact that we've got the rack ones. Slight difference to them, but we know what we've got to do with those now. So yeah, there's little differences to each different type of miner, but in the main, we'll know most things now. As a new type, as we get a new type, there's nothing really that's going to confuse us now, I think. So yeah, it's all good. Like Kate was saying, it's impossible to put a figure on even if you know somebody's location, it's impossible to put a figure on it until you actually get a miner there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luke. You're a star. I like how when Luke says not confusing. Christ, if he's confused, me and Dave, Jesus. When they got confused, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Just get on with it, guys. Right then, so has anybody got any questions for us?
Yeah, hi, it's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Okay, now I live near Simon. Okay, now he said to me,
We've just installed one in Formby this week as well.
Which-
Well, we've sent it. So you'll have at least another one. So there'll be you, Simon, at least somebody else.
is that good news or bad news?
Yeah, no, that's good news because you're not oversaturated.
Right.
You're not Billy No Mates. You have
No,
people to
okay.
talk to and bounce
Because
off.
I thought some time back that you said if you've got neighbours who've got
Well, yeah, we don't want miners within 300 meters.
right, okay.
But if it's a mile, 2 miles away, I know I'm mixing kilometers and miles there, but if it's 2-3 miles away, it doesn't matter. And like we say,
Okay.
you've got good old water there, so we've
Yeah.
got plans.
So,
We've got
Simon,
plans, Rachel, to effectively to try and link Holyhead right the way through up to Southport,
oh,
which
that's
we-
great. Yeah.
which we're fairly sure we can do.
Okay.
So,
That's
so
great,
you're
yeah.
in a good
So-
position, and you being near the water, that does
So when
help.
I get my miner,
Yes.
what do I do? Do I will it have all instructions on it or
It's dead easy. All we'll need you to do is plug it in. I mean, we will be putting some instruction in the Facebook group. We're not done yet because
Yeah.
they're coming in small batches. But when we're ready to send a big batch out, we'll put some instruction in the group. It's literally going to be plug it into the wall. We'll probably talk to most people.
Yeah.
We'll do some programming of the Wi-Fi, so that all took so the broadband and the hotspot talk to each other and properly.
Yeah.
If Luke, did you just want to add to that, because that's your speciality, and you'll probably laugh at me because I was talking complete gibberish.
Yeah, it's the first thing you got to do when you get with any miner is get it on the network in your own internal home network.
Okay.
So
Will we help you do that?
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's a step that I mean, if you happen to be placing your miner right next to where your router is, then the obvious thing to do is we would just plug it, wire it straight in. But that's not usually the case. Usually they're not near your router, just because usually they're upstairs or in
Yeah, supposed to be near a window upstairs, aren't they?
yeah,
High
that's
up as
right.
possible.
Yeah, so I think for the majority, there'll be some that'll be wired. Some of these racks, most likely, but the majority of them, or quite a lot of them, will be Wi-Fi. So the first thing to do is to get it on your network. So we'd assist with that. And once it's on your network, it just runs itself. So that's a bit you might, and there's a little technical step that we have to do on your router, but we'd assist with that.
Great.
We do that on a Zoom with you, and we do it remotely.
Okay, that's fab. Yeah.
There's some parts of that even I can do.
Really?
I've had
Okay.
good education though.
Okay. So when's the next coin call then?
After
will the next
Christmas, I haven't a clue.
call-
After Christmas,
So will that involve all the information about the routers?
we'll probably put that into. We're kind of making policy on the hoof here, but I suspect we'll put that in the Facebook group. Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could do. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Right,
could do all that.
okay.
So we could always, if they start coming in and obviously teams start getting them. we
Yeah,
can
so
Yeah.
if I've got any questions, I'll either direct them to Dave or Katie. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Fab,
Either of us.
okay,
All right, sweet.
fab,
Cool.
okay.
Any more questions, guys? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, just to say, Rachel, ADAX is going to do phenomenal. I mean, all them
Really?
people. Oh my God, yeah, all them people
Oh
were
my
uniting that.
God. Okay, because I've got some money in that, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
They'll
We
be
bought
fine.
it at-
It's
yeah.
it's stagnant at the minute because Cardano's updates haven't happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Charles Hoskinson has a habit of saying, right, there you are. I've give you what I said I'd give you 5 years ago on that whiteboard. Aren't I clever? And all the developers are saying, he's not given us anything. He's left us to work it out. He's given the smart contracts. What he didn't say is, well, it needs sewing together so that effectively in English, the web browsers will talk to the blockchain.
yeah.
So he's left the developers to do that. And it's written in a code which is complex, and there's some bright minds in Cardano, and they're working flat out to do this, to sew all these bits together. It's probably going to happen before Christmas, if not slightly after, but probably before.
Well,
And the DEXs will be able to go live in some form fairly shortly after that.
Yeah.
And then they'll do an upgrade, and ADAX is on. I don't know whether the delay in going on the network has affected them on this. I don't think it will have done. ADAX are going to get a cross-chain bridge so that they can migrate everything from MetaMask and any other network.
Elegant steam bent arms.
So who's not muted?
Now striking the
Right.
balance between functionality and beauty. These
That's Elaine, I think.
It's Elaine. Elaine needs to
Yeah,
be muted.
it's,
Yeah, sorted.
so we're waiting on Cardano to sort themselves out on that one. ADAX will be strong. It'll be one of
Oh,
the top 3 or 4 DEXs
yeah.
on the Cardano blockchain. And if you look at decentralized exchanges on CoinGecko, anything that's half decent has got at least a $500 million market cap. Majority have got more than a $1 billion market cap.
Yeah, like Bill.
And
Billy.
ADAX at the minute has got about 50 or 60 million.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if ADAX works, you would expect it to at least 10x from here.
I could easily see it being $1 billion market cap, and that would make it around $20.
Okay. So,
I'd be very happy indeed.
so can I just ask you, okay, in normal money terms, right?
I don't,
We've
yeah.
We put £1,000 in ADAX when it was at 0.85.
Right, yeah, so it's about 600 now-ish.
So yeah, so it's gone down a bit. So
Yeah.
in a year's time, what do you reckon that will be?
I'll go with 6 months' time, because we don't a bear market or an absence of bear market can make a complete nonsense of a year's prediction. I would say it's got between now and April. It's probably, if it works, it's got every chance of being a $500 million project by April or May.
Kidding me? So what would my £1,000 be worth then? I'm not very good at maths.
I know
I'm
you're
not
not very
sure.
good at maths.
I'm letting
It
Dave
should-
answer that one.
I know the answer, but I don't like giving those type of answers. It should be worth a lot more than £1,000.
Okay. Well, that's all right. So
That's
basically,
why we went into it in the first place.
yeah, so basically it's best to leave it there and it's a
I
longer
won't move
term
it now.
investment.
I won't move it now, Rachel.
No, don't
No.
touch it.
You know,
And
if
it's
we
a
get any
longer-term
sign
investment.
whatsoever, we're not happy about it, we tell people. But at the minute, it's all going to plan and waiting on the Cardano updates.
Okay.
That's why Cardano currently is kind of sleeping, because all the
Stablecoin.
Okay.
it's got thousands of projects to
Yeah.
list, and
No,
they're waiting on the Cardano developers.
But
okay.
it's like they're calling it a stable coin, like Cardano at the minute, and people getting a bit frustrated. But for me, it just literally just shows that like it's just stable. People aren't
Yeah.
selling. People aren't
So just
selling.
leave it there and keep it there as a longer term investment, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when ADAX goes live and when there's big price action, you know, everybody have their own view. They might say, whoopee doo, I've made it multi-X, I'm going to take it all out and do something with it. Or they might say, well, I'll put £1,000 in it. I'll take the £1,000 out and leave the rest in, or leave it all in. And you know, everybody's got their own choice as to what to do on that.
Mm.
Ian Randall,
Okay.
would you buy more ADAX, Dave, or a different coin? Ooh, I
Well,
definitely
probably
like-
not us personally. We've got enough of the damn stuff.
I mean, it depends
Right.
what you've got, doesn't it? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's always good to diversify, isn't it?
yeah. If you want something that's probably moderately safe but exciting at the same time, that MVI that I talked about is good.
Mm,
What
Yeah.
do you think, Kate?
yeah, a lot, like I said, metaverse ones.
And that's an index of them.
Yeah, that's an index.
I know
of them
some
all,
people
isn't it?
like indexes.
No, I'm just going to leave the ADAX where it is for now and see what happens.
Good stuff.
No, just leave it.
Yeah, leave
Yeah,
it, Rachel. It'll wake up, don't worry. And it'll wake up when you least expect it. There'll be two announcements drop on the same day and go nuts. Yeah, I mean, if some people have had ADAX for a while, I mean, it went really stupid to start with, and then it kind of settled down pending all the updates. So it's on one exchange at the minute. As soon as it goes on the bigger exchanges and more of them, there'll be more volume, more people will buy it. A lot of the people aren't buying it at the minute because it's on one exchange, a fairly small exchange. I mean, some people only deal with, say, I know, Qcoin, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, and they won't go anywhere else. As soon as things appear on those exchanges, they buy them. So
When you talk about it's going to launch, what do you mean by that?
on the main net, so it being there to use for people to use to buy
Swap.
coins, swap coins, liquidity provide and stuff. So at the minute it can't do anything. It's almost ready in itself. It's been audited by BT Block, who do the code audit on Solana, and BT Block have taken on ADAX because this in its field they saw it was a breakthrough project. I think BT Block have lots of companies approach them and say, will you be our partner for our code audit? And I'm sure they turn a lot away because they've got either too much to do, or they look at projects and think, no, I don't like them, so we won't do them. But they took on ADAX because they like the project, they see it as a breakthrough, and they're not just doing this code audit to make sure the whole thing doesn't fall over. They're going to partner with them long term. I mean, they partner with Solana long term, so that, you know, they're a well-reputed audit company in crypto. So that gives you a lot of comfort about what's going on with ADAX.
So it's safe to say now why ADAX is quiet is buy more.
Absolutely.
Well, would you?
Well,
I would. I've been thinking about it. Yeah.
yeah, if you've not got much ADAX, if the project works, it's not going to go down much more than what it is now.
No.
Depends what you mean. How much money? I mean,
Well,
if
that's
you're
up
small-
to everybody. It's
yeah, I
not-
know.
but
But if you're a
nobody's going to
small
say
in-
how much you put in. It's whatever people want to put in. And don't put in more. Don't put in more than a few percent of your overall investment into anything.
No,
yeah,
and don't put in
It
like
doesn't
I said,
matter whether your
Don't put in more than
portfolio
you
is
can
£500 or £50,000. Don't put more than a few percent of your total into one thing.
yeah.
you buy it on X Markets, Tracy. It's a small exchange called X Markets, where you buy ADAX. That's, like I said, that's literally all it's on at the minute. Like I said, they are waiting and hoping to get listed on. There's been talks of Gate.io,
Oh,
Qcoin.
thanks.
All right, sweetie. So
Yeah,
So
because
what's
X
the-
Markets was at the time, it was, I think it was the only one that was accepting the Cardano coins
yeah,
to
yeah.
start with.
yeah.
So
That's what I
that
was saying.
countdown thing, what's on ADAX and your dashboard? What is that countdown for so many days? What is it counting down to? Is it for the launch of something?
Not sure of that, Cello.
No,
When you go into participants on your dashboard and ADAX, you go into participants, then it has a countdown as to say how many days you've got to do something. And I always wonder,
Is that the number of days left for staking?
yeah, that Dan's just said staking, maybe.
Yeah,
Mm.
all right, I see. Because I know it pays out every Sunday, is it? Or
Elaine's just
Monday?
said it's staking.
That's, yeah. There's a countdown for Monday.
Yeah, you get
Every
paid
week.
Monday.
paid every week,
Mm.
And then there's another countdown. when
and
it's
that's
just-
probably to the end of pool one.
Mm.
Okay,
Because
right.
the pools stop now. Will there be more pools and what percentage rate? We don't know yet. But
Right.
I think that's the time that there's two pools. That's the time left for each pool.
All right, I see. Thank you. Oh, much happier now.
Cool. Right, any more questions, guys, before we love you and leave you?
One more question about helium.
Mm.
Would you say, because I know the helium kits are coming in the drips and drabs, would you say by the end of December, most of the team would have their mining?
If we get 50 miners by the end of December, Cello,
Yeah.
then we'll get them out. We'll get them out as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah.
It takes from us landing either at this doorstep or on Mark's doorstep. It takes probably a week before we can get them from doorstep to out to somebody.
Okay.
Because we have to allocate them and then we have to bring them up to speed with a blockchain.
Yeah, yeah.
There's quite a lot of activity goes on, and that'll take about a week. So let's hope we get 50 miners before Christmas. I know we've got about 250 on order, so
Oh,
hopefully
okay.
50 turn up. As soon as they turn up, believe me, there'll be action.
Yeah, it bloody will be. Been long enough. Sick of
Yeah,
it now.
we've got fed up of treading water on them, but we've got a few ourselves that we've learned a lot on.
Oh, we've learnt massive, haven't we? Lots from
Yeah.
having them myself.
And you know, the
Definitely.
helium itself, they do give out updates, and sometimes they fall over and they have to be repaired, and sometimes they work, but then the blockchain has to recover. And as I found out the other day, I was trying to register a couple of these things, and it kept falling over, and I thought, well, I don't see why it's falling over. I'm doing everything right on it. Turns out, Hayden were doing an upgrade the exact time I was registering these, and everything was falling over everywhere. So sometimes you're just waiting on them, but we'll get them out as soon as we can.
Definitely.
You get
Right, any
paid
other
for
que-
It is
reading.
exciting.
Super exciting. I'm always excited, me. Story of my life.
Extremely exciting. Could I just ask a wee question about MVI? I tried to buy some before we went on the call, and the gas fees are huge because
Oh,
you're obviously using.
Well, they've risen a
ETH.
lot then. We did something on MetaMask yesterday, and it was about $50 odd. It wasn't
Right.
MVI, I don't think. It was something else. It was about $50 odd. And
I know
it
it's
come
just a
down,
matter of
but
keeping going.
yeah,
keep
you
them
just
going in
have
at
to wait
different
until you
times.
bide your time until the gas fees are right.
Yeah.
And we did was it yesterday? Did some other things on MetaMask, and the fees was about $60.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dan's
I don't
just
think
said-
like it's Wednesday tea times.
Dan just said, when the bloody hell is BTC going to hit 100k? It needs to hurry up, Dan. I'm telling you now. It needs to bloody hurry up, doesn't it? BTC, come on.
So you can get MVI on
MetaMask.
Right, thanks.
Yeah, I definitely, Elaine, get ADAX to $20. Honestly, like I could totally, obviously you can't make any price predictions or whatever, but I could totally see it doing that. If it delivers and does everything that it's set out to do,
It will do.
yeah, I could totally, I could talk 100%. Obviously, I can't say 100%, 100% it's going to happen, but 100% I can see it.
We just need these.
Diamond head, baby. But yeah, we really do want BTC to. I mean, saying that, I mean, if anyone follows Plan B on Twitter, what is it? Is it stock to flow? Is it ratio chart? This is the first month that he's been wrong, isn't it? He predicted BTC to hit 98k at the end of November, and it didn't do it. But he's still on track for 100 and something. I think he said by end of December. Those that are on Twitter, follow a guy called Plan B.
135.
Is that what it is, Mike? But is
Yeah.
it by end of December it's still on track for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still meeting one of his, he's got 2 or 3 different models, and he's still meeting
That's
one
it.
of his models, right? And
Yeah.
it's so accurate, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And is it it's like first time he's been wrong? Is it one of the first times he's been wrong then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's in he's hit the exact target 3 months running, apart from this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you're on Twitter, he's called Plan B. He's I love crypto Twitter, it's good. Right. So yeah, any other questions then, guys? Before we do one.
Thanks so much, everybody. It's been brilliant today.
Yeah, I've right enjoyed it today. We'll obviously let you know when the next one will be. It'll be some point in January after Christmas. And that. So yeah, we'll let you all know what next one will be. I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about on that one as well. Like you say, Elaine, hopefully ADAX will be $20 by then. We can all buy his Oculus headsets. We can all do these calls on there like that. Right then, guys. So I love you all and leave it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Don't forget, Jan has got his call. I don't know if he's still on. Is he on?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Where is he? He's got his call tonight at 10. He's there. Call tonight at 10. Jan, is that right? Is it tonight at 10, mate?
10 o'clock, always 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, watch him kill it. Last time I run it, I was like falling asleep. Like, he's too quick. Can't he keep up? What's he doing?
My little time.
He's phenomenal.
I'll be risking 1,600 per click tonight. So we'll see.
Will ya?
Wow.
Oh, Jan.
I might
Oh,
lose my
yeah.
account, but I hope not.
Honestly, guys, if you aren't in the HFX sub, you totally want to go into it, because like I say, Jan puts his results in the morning, and like I said on opportunity call, like I'm half asleep, I might look at my phone, and as soon as I see Jan's results, it freaking wakes me up like that. He's absolutely killing it. You did, oh mate. I mean, what weight that you did last night?
That's now we're 17.6k.
And how long were that in?
An hour. I always do an hour, 10 to 11.
You just always do an hour. Yeah, and do you know what I found interesting as well is when I were on your call, you kept going even though you were at a certain percentage.
Yep.
You don't stop, do you?
Yep. So if I would have stopped at 8%, I wouldn't have made 180% last night.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I
Phenomenal.
always do an hour.
Yeah. So you always trade an hour. What do you do if you're losing? Do you stop after a certain percent, like
Nope.
percent?
Nope. I always do an hour.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Because sometimes you lose maybe 10%, but then you catch it up. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't predict. Essentially, within the hour, you can't predict where you're going to make the money. So you have to play the whole hour.
Right. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. So yeah, 10 o'clock, Jan, on a flight. It's like, it's just amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So then, guys, thank you so much. It's been absolutely lovely to see you all. And yeah, and like I said, we'll let you know what next one's going to be next month. And Heidi, thank you so much for jumping on. It's been so lovely to see your face too. So thanks so much, guys. So I'll see you all later. Dave will put recording in when he's uploaded it. All right. See you later,
See you,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.